In this video, I'll show you guys an alternative to the new OpenAI operator. If you haven't heard of it, in case you're underneath a rock or something, it is a new feature from OpenAI on which you basically allow an LLM to go through your browser and execute commands for you. So this example right here, can you get us 4 tickets to the Warrior game? Yeah, it's opening the browser, and then you can kind of see like the cursor moving there. The website got blocked while they were testing. So this is one of the things that Operator does, which is provide you feedback on what happened, and then it prompts you to decide like what to do next. This is not one of the features that you can find in browser use, which is open source alternative that I want to show you guys, but it does allow you to execute specific tasks. So you'll instruct it what you want it to do, and it will draw those steps it needs to execute to get to that final task. Aside from that, you can also use your specific LLM. So for the examples, I'll be using OpenAI and DeepSeek, and I'll also compare using the local DeepSeek R1. This is the main repository. It has more than 21,000 stars, but we won't be using this one. We'll be using the web UI alternative. It's basically the same thing, but with a user interface. This is something that kind of gets us more close to what OpenAI Operator is. So for us to install this, first thing is you'll have to install UV. To install it, go over to their documentation, just click right here and you'll be redirected there. Hit get started, installation I mean, and if you're on Mac OS or Linux, you'll use these commands. For Windows, just open your PowerShell and run this command. Open up your project in your favorite IDE. For me, it is Cursor. Copy down the command, type it in here. Now the virtual environment was created. Activate it. That's because I'm in PowerShell. So for PowerShell, just .venv script and activate. Nice. So now I activated the virtual environment. Now inside of that, let's install all these requirements. Okay, as soon as that's done, go over to Playwright install, hit that. Now just run it. You don't have to insert any environment variables for now. Just come over here, get this command, copy it, paste it down, and wait for it to do its magic. While it is starting, let's head over to OpenAI, dashboard, API keys. Please don't steal my keys. It's funny, like naming I use for my keys. It's like, this is the one, test. Yeah, and don't leave me alone with this one. Comment below if you also do this with your test account. So this is just going to be a, yeah, let's try to browser use. So create secret key. This will be deleted as soon as I finish the video. And yeah, you don't need to place it inside the environment variables here. And that's because as soon as you open the interface, you can place the key right down here. So that's the OpenAI key. Let's first test it with GPT-3.5 Turbo. We'll have to toggle the use vision, toggle this off because we don't want it to read images. You can also record the browser as it's being executed. We'll record it just to compare like the time between all the LLMs. So here is where you'll type in the prompt, and I'll go with this default one. Hit run agent. It'll open up the browser. At this point, it's in step 3. Typing in OpenAI. The idea is that it has to find like the search Google, and my Chrome for some reason is in Portuguese. Now it inputted AI, OpenAI. It's searching, got the link. Now it returned, and you can see the results in here. So this took 41 seconds. It's a pretty simple task. It got back URL openai.com. So yeah, just heading over to the status.deepseek.com, you can see that DeepSeek is out. So since we can't use their API, let's use their local model. Just an alert that I've said in previous videos, these local models of DeepSeek are nowhere even close to their actual model. I think it's important to comment this because some people misunderstand and start using the local version, thinking that like it's free and it does the same thing as the API when not really. Llama list, I already have DeepSeek R1 installed, the 14B, and this is the one supported by the browser use web UI. I won't use the 32B because it will just load forever. And honestly, so will the 14B. It's recording, run agent. Yeah, and I'll leave it running until it either completes the task or just freezes. Just to prove the point that you shouldn't use this just because it's local and free, unless like you have an amazing GPU. But yeah, let's see how long it takes to complete some steps. And would you look at that? It passed the first step. Okay, now let's wait for the second one. Step 2 done. Let's see if it can click the button. Okay. Step 4 now. I think it's been like 20 minutes. Okay. Yeah, it seems like it completed the task successfully. Yeah, so apparently it finished with the browsing. Now it's kind of gathering the results to expose them here. Let's wait for that. Yeah, I got the result. Okay, it answered with the exact link. This was the model's thoughts. It's pretty short. I thought it would be larger since it's a reasoning model. Let's see what this is. Nice. So you get a complete log of what was done. Like what was the model output for this action? What was the actual action? For this case, it was typing in OpenAI inside the input text. I suppose if we were using any screenshots, the URL would appear right here. Yeah, that was testing the local DeepSeek reasoning model LLM. Let's try to use a different local model from Llama. Llama 2.7b. So ollama pull Llama 2.7b. To check if it installed successfully, let's run ollama list. There it is. And since it's a smaller model, I suppose it's going to be way much faster. I just don't know if it will be able to interpret its instructions. So step 1, and yeah, let's wait. But then it just keeps repeating the same message again and again. Like no actions are being taken. Before we had like specific actions. So what it should do inside the browser, that's not being done here for this model. So I just suppose that this will just fail. Now let's try something different. Let's try GPT-4.0 from OpenAI. Let's see how long this one would take. So it just started, already understood what it has to do, mapped everything, already headed to step 2, which is to type in OpenAI. This is kind of a struggle here for the LLM because it also has to translate the text since it's all in Portuguese. Mapped everything. Yeah, we already have the results. This is probably the fastest model. And actually it took the same time as the 3.5 Turbo. So just to clarify some things, my GPU is the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060. So if you do have a better GPU, you'll run the local DeepSeek pretty fine. I wanted to show you guys a test of using the DeepSeek API. I tested it earlier and it had an even better result than GPT-4.0. But if you do get an opportunity to test this out and test it with browser use, please let me know in the comments if it worked out for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then.